Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm looking at the Padmate S30 bone conduction headphones. Let's get it. What's cracking audio fans? It's David here from Prime Audio Reviews. So here's the box for the Padmate S30. Now the price for these, they're coming in at about $59. And in case you don't know, bone conduction headphones don't have your traditional diaphragm dynamic driver in there or balanced armature drivers. They actually vibrate on your cheekbone and your jawbone, and they send the audio signal directly into your ear canal. It's a bit of a weird one, but you know, it actually works. So we're going to talk about it a bit today. And now let's have a look at them, and there they are. Pretty simple design, as you can see, just made up mainly of this spring steel band here, and these parts here are just plastic, and there is a bit of a silicone pad on that part there which sits just in front of your ears. Now on the bottom here is a USB Type-C port for charging, and just on the side here is the single multifunction button. Now this does several things. A long press will turn the power on or off. A short press or single click will play and pause your music. A double click activates your voice assistant. Triple click skips a track, and quadruple clicks go to the previous track. So yeah, it's you know, it sounds a bit weird, 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 like that, but it actually works. It's not too much of a big deal. Now these have an IPX5 rating, which means they are sweat and rain resistant. So if you're into outdoor sports and cycling and running and things like that, well, these are a great companion for you. You know, the advantage of bone conduction headphones is there's nothing actually stuck in your ear, so you can still hear your surroundings perfectly well. Like, you can carry on conversations with people, and if you're a cyclist, for example, you can hear cars around you. So it's good for awareness, situational awareness, and it's also good for people who just don't like shoving things in their ears. Now, in terms of the battery life, you're getting just over 8 hours at 50% volume, and you're getting 6 hours at 100% volume. So that is a pretty decent battery life. They do have a built-in microphone, however, the call quality is not great. I will throw up a sample here. This is a test of the onboard microphone on the Padmate S30 bone conduction headphones. As you can tell, it's not the best quality microphone, but it is good enough to get you through calls when necessary. So as you can hear, it will get you through a call, but yeah, you don't want to be doing that too often. And with all that stuff out of the way, I guess we should talk about how these sound. Now, you should keep in mind that these are designed for athletes and people doing physical activity. So the focus here is not so much on the quality of the audio, but it is about having music or podcasts or audiobooks, etc., while still being able to hear what's going on around you. Now, with that said, if you have tried other bone conduction headphones before, you've probably got a fairly good idea what these sound like. But for those who don't know, in terms of bass, the bass quantity is very light. It's kind of like a balanced armature bass, but it's even lighter than that. The mid bass notes, they do have a little bit of a kick to them. They have a nice definition. It's a pretty fast bass, but in terms of the sub bass, you don't really hear any of those really no notes. You do feel the vibrations on your face, but that's about it. But for the most part, unless you're a bass head or unless you're doing some serious listening, the bass is sufficient. It's enough to get you by. But where bone conduction headphones and the Padmate S30 shine is really in the mid-range, and these are specifically good for vocals and acoustic instruments, although instruments in general do sound pretty good, but the mid-range is it is fairly natural sounding, especially good for vocals. Like, these are great for podcasts, or if you listen to audiobooks, these are absolutely brilliant. But music does sound pretty decent on them as well. It will depend somewhat on the fit that you get, because the positioning of the transducers here does make a little bit of a difference. So you're going to have to cross your fingers and hope that the shape of your ears and then the headphones work well in that regard. But yeah, the mid-range is not too bad. Instrument separation is good. The driver is fairly fast. And then you've got the treble, and as you'd expect, the treble is fairly relaxed. It's a non-fatiguing treble. Most of the energy is in the lower bands of the treble area, and the upper treble is, well, the extension is not great. There's not a lot of detail up there, but because the quantity of the bass is so light, they do not sound dark in the least. Like, overall clarity and articulation throughout is very good. So yeah, audiophiles, don't go buying these and expecting an amazing audio experience. But for anyone who loves the idea of having their ears uncluttered or unstuffed and enjoying some music or voice, whatever, at the same time while you're doing your physical activities, like that, they do fit nice and securely. They don't wobble about and they don't fall off easily. So yeah, if that appeals to you, these are pretty good, and they're a little bit more affordable than most bone condenser headphones as well. So check them out. I'll put the link down in the description below. That about wraps it up for the Padmate S30. If you liked this video, give it a like, Parfam audiophile style. And if you want to see more audio reviews in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I'll see you later.